Well, good morning. It is, the end of the first week of May. I guess it is already, or second week almost. I'm just up here on top of the scaffold. You can see I've got the panels pretty well all in there. I've got 8 panels up here over top of the sun deck, 430 watts apiece. There's most of the wiring for them, red and yellows, of course. There's another set here, and on the far side, on the port side over there, there's a few more wires. The idea would be to run them all up inside the radar arch, and that way I've got room to do all my connections. I've got every one of these set of cables labeled, so I could do a connection to get them up series parallel. So each 4 set, these 4, those 4, and the 4 up here on top of the fly bridge will each get their own charge controller. So I'll have 2 in series, and then the 2 in parallel. I'll offer the 2 in series of that as well, and that'll give me my voltage, so I get my 48 volts to charge. You can see the 4 here on top of the fly bridge. Everything is bolted down. You can see here I've gone through more stainless steel than I care to mention to get all this stuff mounted. The top of the arch here, I'm going to use that to get the wiring back in. I've actually got one of my little windows on already between the fly bridge and the sun deck. I'm going to take that, might change that to tinted. I don't know. I've got a bunch of that stuff ordered. And I'm still up here in the scaffold, and it's pretty sturdy, really. It's not really, no. There's the front side of it, you can see. So once I get going on this a little more, then I'll start to think about wind turbines as well. I've got one in the boat already. I just need to get it put together and put up here. I think I'm going to put them right here. So down and then up above about 3 feet or so, depending on what I can get for height. And then the same thing on the other side. And then run those cables down as well, so right onto the battery bank. I need to buy some fuses for those things yet. Otherwise, they can get an overload, which is not good. So it's almost time to take all the scaffold off, which is nice. That'll be wonderful to get that stuff off of here. That's been up here a long time. It's been very useful, and glad I put them up versus doing a lift, because it gives me all kinds of flexibility. I've been coming down through this hole so many times I can almost do it with my eyes closed. You can see it from underneath here as well for the fly bridge, and then up here for the sun deck, all the panels there. So they're pretty well bolted and stable. I need to add a few more pieces of stainless steel. I put 1 bar up here to hold this front end in, because I stood on it and realized how much it came down. That's not a good thing. I'll likely replace this board with a steel post as well. And I think I'm going to put 2 here to go up to the top of that, just to give it some stability, and then maybe 1 rod in between the 2 just to hold it up. It doesn't have to hold snow, but just to make it as stable as possible. I've got 1 cross brace up already right here off the fly bridge here, bolted down. There's some good wood there. That really stabilized it a great deal, so that'll help. Plus these braces I've got across here, another one here on about a 45, give or take, I guess, to the radar arch. And I think back here, the only way I'm going to be able to stabilize these big poles, which are almost exactly 11 feet long each for those wooden steel ones, I think I'm going to have to take a piece of aircraft cable down across from each one to hold it down, of course, and to give it lateral stability. And I may do the same thing here down onto the deck. Same thing from here up into that, and then we'll see how that works. So yeah, lots of huge progress. Rain has not slowed me down so far, so we'll keep at it. The inside of the salon is an absolute disaster. There's just kind of stuff everywhere. I've got more things to get rid of. I thought I purged enough, but not enough, obviously. There's more things to get rid of. And then I found out the hard way, my wash machine won't quite fit down through this hatch. So I'm going to have to take it out and then bring it in through the side of the salon. Will be the only way I'm going to get that there. And once it's in, then it should fit into the hole where it's going to go. So that's the update from Ring You Later. I'll keep in touch and give you more updates as we go along and I start getting this all powered up.